You mean the Nolan trilogy?
No, the Tim Burton trilogy. The first one was a smash hit.
Yeah.
That's why it got 2 sequels. Because that was really before it was an automatic sequel thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
There's 4 of them. The Schumacher. Are you talking about the Schumacher movies?
I'm talking the Tim Burton, the first 2 Tim Burton movies.
Yeah.
Were smash hits.
Yeah, well, there wasn't really a third one.
DC.
Though.
Yeah, I was thinking. I got it.
I was going to say, where was the third one at?
Third one's kind of coming up now with
Flashpoint kind of thing.
Have you seen the stuff from that? The photos?
Oh, yeah.
There was some that just came out yesterday.
No, I've seen other stuff that they've alluded
Barry
to.
Allen and Michael Keaton as Batman. And it sounds like they're trying to set up like a Batman Beyond type thing with Keaton.
That'd be awesome.
I know it would be, but they're never going to do it. They're going to say they're going to do it to get everybody excited, and then they're never going to do it.
I don't know.
I mean, I think it would be cool because one of the promo shots was of the Tim Burton style Batman suit with blood on the logo,
Yeah, I did see that.
right? Which, when I saw that, have you read the button
No.
with Flash and
Flash
and Batman?
Yeah,
the comic
Yeah.
that kind of
long
sets
time
up the
ago, yeah.
Watchmen. It couldn't have been that long ago. The button has only been out for 2 years. It sets up Doomsday Clock.
The button. Yeah, the Flash. It's a Flash Batman crossover. That was more than 2 years ago.
It wasn't that long ago. Jeez, oh Pete's.
I'm waiting for this to update.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, it came out 2017. So 4 years ago.
As I said, yeah, I've got those comics.
Yeah.
I haven't read them in a long time.
So you've read Doomsday Clock. We've
No.
talked about it like 4 times.
I've never read Doomsday Clock.
Because that's part of the Doomsday Clock series.
Yeah, no. I just bought it
Anyway.
because I was buying all the Batmans.
Anyway, the imagery is like, holy crap! Are they gonna try to do the button? Because everybody loved that when it came out. Right?
Yeah.
And it's like, no, they're just gonna make us think that they're gonna do it, and it's gonna be something stupid.
Probably, yeah.
Like my bet. What do you think that movie is gonna be?
A Flash Batman kind of thing.
Yeah, but how?
I guess
What's the story gonna be?
it would have to be. If I had to take a guess, it would be Flash testing out the limits of his powers, and it would be.
Because I'm not even sure if it's gonna be a full movie yet. But anyway, it's gonna be.
I think it would have to be Flash testing out his powers with some scientist of some sort. Maybe it's Batfleck or somebody.
Right.
I don't know. And maybe it's like the cosmic treadmill thing or whatever the hell it's called. Something to that effect, and he warps to a different timeline or creates a divergent one. And that's how he meets Michael Keaton.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We have no idea what it's going to be. But what should it be?
That's probably what it really should be.
What should it be? What should the Batman Flash movie be?
Oh, it should be like I just blinked it. Flashpoint.
Flashpoint.
Yeah, it
should
should
be
be
Flashpoint,
Flashpoint.
right?
Yeah.
Michael Keaton's Batman should be Thomas Wayne, not Bruce Wayne.
I don't think so.
I'm just saying that it shouldn't
Thematically, it would
necessarily.
fit.
It shouldn't necessarily be Michael Keaton playing that role.
Yeah. It should be
But
Jeffrey
it
Dean
should
Morgan.
be Thomas Wayne,
Yeah.
not Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, because they'd set it up.
And that's the Batman it should be in
Yeah.
that. But it's not. It's like... it's like, oh yeah, everybody still likes the Michael Keaton stuff. Let's bring Michael Keaton in. We can swap out Michael Keaton for Thomas Wayne and just have it be that. And that's going to be awful.
Yeah.
If they try to swap out Thomas Wayne for Michael Keaton's Bruce Wayne. That's going to, and try to make that fit into Flashpoint.
Yeah, they really shouldn't do that.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what DC keeps doing wrong. I think that's the
not following the
antithesis
source
of it
material.
is not, because that's what Marvel is getting right. They're following enough of the source material that all the comic book nerds in the audience are going, hey,
that's awesome.
I remember that. That was cool.
Yeah.
But not enough of it that normal people go, well, that was dumb. Why couldn't they do that?
Mm-hmm.
Or why did they do that? Why are they talking to an elder god? Who is this elder god? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's not gonna be good.
I hope the best for it because I want to see DC expand
Oh, I do
their
too.
roster.
But they need to do it the right way. They can't just keep trying to take shortcuts like they have been.
That's what I'm saying. Like this Batman movie with what's his name? Robert
Pattinson.
Pattinson.
It looks like it's gonna be hot garbage.
Do you know what it's supposed to be?
Yeah, it's supposed to be year one, like a
heard
loose year one.
I've heard it's supposed to be year one, and that it's supposed to be the Long Halloween. So they're gonna take year one and mash it in with Long Halloween, which is stupid. Do one or the other.
Yeah, they're not.
Both of them are fantastic stories that you can just tell that story, and it will work. You don't need to do what Marvel's doing, where they're
Meshing
Marvel
stuff.
isn't mashing stories together so much as they are taking an amalgamation of bad guys and putting them into one. Like Hela isn't really Hela.
No, she's a couple characters. Ego's kind of a
Couple different characters,
Everybody
right?
is.
But the story is an original story that's not quite comic book and not quite completely new.
No, it draws inspiration from comics, but
Right.
like Ragnarok.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the one that we're getting with Kristen Bale, God Butcher, in Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
God Butcher is a bad guy from the comic book,
Yeah.
but
Gorn,
Love and Thunder is going to be
an
a
original
new
kind of
story.
thing. Yeah.
DC is like seeing what Marvel's doing and going, oh, they're just mashing their stories up. Let's mash our stories
Let's
up.
do
That'll
that too.
work.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, DC, that's not what works for you.
No, it isn't. If
And it still pisses me off. Their animation gets it. Their animation department fucking gets it.
yes, they and like
Get it. They're new stories.
the Long Halloween and
Year one
year one don't
don't
mix.
fit together.
No, they don't. It's not like you could do like Long Halloween and maybe Nightfall.
Yes,
That would kind of work together.
because Batman's kind of at the same point in
Yeah.
both of them. But
Year one is his first year
first year,
when he's figuring shit out.
he's not a fantastic detective yet like he is in Long Halloween.
Yeah, still pretty green.
It's gonna be so.
Yeah, it's gonna be terrible. It's
it-
bad when they have the rough cut screen for the executives, and the executives like, this is hot garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do some reshoots.
Mm-hmm. And DC used to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Because all the first 4 Batman movies and the first 3 Superman movies, they took inspiration from the comics, but those were new stories that did not exist in the comics.
Yeah, I'd say the Schumacher Batmans are not great, but they're
I think the Schumacher Batmans
they're
were
entertaining.
fantastic for what they are.
Yeah, they're entertaining, campy, goofy movies.
And that's the Batman that Schumacher grew up with from
Yeah.
the Adam West series.
Yeah,
I think the problem is in the Schumacher Batmans is that there wasn't enough winking at the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Like George Clooney and Val Kilmer are taking things a little too seriously. Like Val Kilmer is definitely taking things too seriously.
yeah.
George Clooney is kind of not taking things seriously enough.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, if only we had something that was in that sweet spot like Adam West was.
Yeah, and it's kind of supposed to be a continuation of the first two.
Yeah, but
But it's not.
can't be.
Yeah, that's
'Cause
what
you
they
can't
wanted it to be.
change the characters that much.
And they tried to get Michael Keaton on board, and he's like, "No, this is dumb. I'm not doing this."
Yeah. Which I don't blame. Whatever.
Yeah.
You know. But, and that's where it kind of started. I think that those two movies, when they made money on those two movies, they said, oh, we can just kind of put out whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah. Like, I love Mr. Freeze. He's probably my favorite Batman villain.
Yeah. He's the most empathetic. Yeah.
He's great.
Mm-hmm.
And Schwarzenegger playing him, not the greatest.
Right.
And I really wish they would do him justice.
Yeah.
Like like in the animated series when Batman's following him, and he's like, "Are you gonna kill all these people? You know, for this?" And he's like, "For her, I would do that in a
Right.
heartbeat." And he's like, "Wow." You're like, "Wow, goddamn."
And that's what I'm saying is that in the animated series, the voice actor for Mr. Freeze had the one-liners,
Yep.
but was taking the role seriously enough that you believed him.
Yep.
And Schwarzenegger
Not so
is
much.
not taking the role seriously enough to believe him
There's a little too many ice puns. A few too many of them.
because he's trying to be,
A goofy character.
what's his name? Cesar Romano
Yeah.
from the 60s Batman movie. It's like Shoemaker sat him down with the 60s Batman movies and said, pick the bad guy and be like that. And he went, oh, the Joker's the best one. Oh, I'm going to be that one.
Yep.
With a little bit of mystery, the Penguin mixed in. And then they just told Uma Thurman, be sexy. She's sexy. Be sexy.
Do sexy things.
Do sexy things with your hands.
Yep.
And that was it.
Yeah.
And I can direct that movie.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, I guess we can put these on.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna leave that other part in because I think that was pretty good, even if we don't have these on to hear exactly what we're saying. Because that's still, a pretty good part of the
yeah. So
conversation.
we're leading into
Yeah, that's our cold
What?
open for Nerd
That's our
Happening
cold
podcast.
cold open.
Welcome back.
I like it. Let's start doing goofy cold opens. That sounds great. We're talking movies that should get made, but will never get made.
Yeah,
Kind of, among other things.
and how bad movies that were made shouldn't have been made.
Yes, we're still hung up on DC not making good movies.
Yeah, they really should. They
It-
have
it
the
is-
material.
It is stuff that really bothers both of us very much.
Yes, yes.
Cannot stress enough. Go watch the animated movies.
Yeah, they're great.
DC knows how to do. They have the entire template for making a Marvel type universe, and they refuse to look at it.
Yes, they do.
It's almost like the executives go, "Yeah. You're making kids shows anyway. Just go ahead. No adults
We don't care
can
about
watch
that.
this." And then the animators go, "Oh, yes, they will." And then they write some of the greatest work ever.
Yeah, they
It's
do.
crazy.
Batman the Animated Series won Emmys.
Oh.
You're like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And still the executives are like, "No, animation's for kids.
Yeah.
Screw this.
it's fucking dumb.
This is Saturday morning stuff."
Yeah. Oh.
Because they could do that. They could do Batman animated series. They could do. There were a couple of two-parter animated series stuff,
Yeah.
and that's your movie. You take the two-parter, you expand on the ends a little bit, boom, movie.
Yeah. You could.
Like Clayface.
Oh,
We're
Clayface is
never
great.
going to get Clayface in a Batman movie,
No, we wouldn't. And he'd
but
be
we need
great.
to. We should have that.
Yep. Yes, we. Oop. Yes, we should.
We have the animation and CGI technology now to bring Clayface to life. Look at Ultron. Ultron still looks good.
Yeah, he does. And we could
You
do
know?
it, but
And Hulk in the first Avengers still looks good.
yeah, he doesn't look too bad. He's better now.
Yes, he's much better now. But even back, and that's what I'm saying. Like Hulk in Endgame looks like he belongs in all of those shots.
Yeah. Yes, he does.
There isn't very much uncanny valley stuff going on. If you can do that with Hulk, you can do that with Clayface.
Yeah, and half the time he's just in disguise. Looks like a person or a mailbox or something.
How great would that be to have? Okay, did you play the Arkham City games?
I played Arkham Knight and Arkham Asylum.
Okay, so do you know the twist about Clayface in those movies?
In that one, I don't think so. I
think
didn't.
it was
I
in
didn't.
Arkham City.
I never played Arkham City. No.
Okay. In Arkham City, because the Joker ends at the first one. He dies,
Yeah.
right? He's suddenly back in the second one.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out it's Clayface, not the Joker.
Oh, okay.
What a great twist,
That would be cool.
right? You could do that in a Batman movie. You
Yeah,
could
you could.
bring a great villain back. You know what I'm saying? Like you could probably there's probably enough footage of Heath Ledger's Joker to pretend that there's Heath Ledger Joker in half the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could have him change into Joaquin Phoenix Joker, and you could have Joaquin Phoenix be Clayface.
You could.
And then Batman questioning why Joker looks different all of a sudden. Like he changed.
I
And
still.
it could be a big mind trip and work in a little bit of fear gas from Scarecrow, and boom.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Great movie.
I still think I think the Joaquin Phoenix as Joker is going to be more of an inspiration to. If that was going to be a part of a DC universe, it'd be an inspiration for modern
Yeah,
Joker.
that's what I'm saying is,
But him
kinda
not
work
actually
him
being
in.
Clayface. Yeah.
right? So that Joaquin Phoenix plays the Joker for a little bit, but Clayface is actually the bad guy.
Yeah.
And Clayface is a different actor.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know.
Like you could get a great voice actor for Clayface
Mm-hmm.
and actually bring voice acting up into the big leagues. Like not have somebody famous like Marvel's been doing for their bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
You could bring like the guy that plays Lex Luthor on the animated series could
Yeah.
be Clayface.
Could have the Clayface from Batman the animated
The
series.
Clayface from the Batman animated series was great.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of thing.
There was a. Do you ever watch the Batman, the TV show, animated show?
The newest one?
No, it's from like 04. It's just called The Batman. It's Batman when he's in his 20s.
I think so. That one was the one that was kind of
It's different. I kind of like it.
like around the same time as Young Justice, right?
Yeah. But Clayface in that is a little different because he was a cop and he was Bruce Wayne's like best friend growing up. And there
Yeah,
was
that
some-
one.
Yeah,
Yeah. I watched a little bit of it.
it's actually pretty
That's kind of where like Huntress and that kind of stuff came from a little bit, wasn't it?
good. Huntress wasn't in it.
Okay.
But yeah, that Clayface in that one was Bruce's best friend. He gets hit by Joker's some kind of like putty gas thing he was using, and that's what mutates him into Clayface.
Right.
And he tries to stay himself, and they even like bring him on as still being a cop, but
Right.
then he just becomes evil.
It's kind of a good story.
It is. That's
Kind of a good plot.
Yeah, that's probably it's one of my favorite arcs in that TV show.
Yeah, and then you could do. Oh, you said it, and I forgot it. You said Clayface. Oh, Hush.
Hush would be sweet.
Hush would be fantastic, and Clayface could tie into that.
He could, yeah. I think Hush would be a good third Batman movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You do.
Yeah.
You have two of them. Hush is the trilogy
Yeah,
where we're leading up to Hush.
he would have to be an overarching pulling the strings.
Yes.
Like
Yes,
he's
because
manipulating
in the Hush-
Clayface.
Well, that's what's happening in the Hush comic. Hush is manipulating all the villains.
Mm-hmm.
So the first two movies you have Clayface for one and Poison Ivy for another bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the movie, kind of the after credits stinger type shot or clip or whatever, you have Batman find out that, oh, Poison Ivy was the first bad guy, and she wasn't really like she's being manipulated, and you find out that there's a clue at after credits.
Yeah,
Second one, Clayface, you find out during the movie that Clayface is getting manipulated like Poison Ivy was, and you get kind of a clue towards who it is in the after credits on that movie. But DC, you don't do planning like this, and I don't know why.
I think Poison Ivy would be second movie Because then
Think
you'd
so?
have to, yeah, because having her control Superman, like in
Yeah,
Hush.
have
But you'd have to have the
Poison
Superman
Ivy
movie first.
controlling Clayface and Superman. That way, Clayface, we find out Poison Ivy is controlling Clayface at the end of the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that.
Maybe
And then we have the Superman twist at the final fight. Superman,
First
Batman has to fight Superman,
Yeah.
and he's not expecting it.
Mm-hmm. You could have you'd have to set up Batman in a Superman movie so they've met and they're friends.
I don't think
I
you
think.
do.
Maybe.
I think at this point, Batman and Superman are large enough in the lexicon of society.
You wouldn't have to do that, I guess.
that
You'd
really
know they're
wouldn't.
friends.
You could just have him show up, and it would be a dramatic. Like, you don't tell anybody he's going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
You don't, and you could spin this Superman off into a movie.
Mm-hmm.
You could take this introduction in Batman and have him spin off into a movie from there.
Or you could just have the Superman movie first, and Batman contacts him with info, and and he's like, "Oh yeah, thanks, buddy."
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Yeah, I think you'd lend me a hand." And Batman's like, "No, I can't. I'm doing something," and that's where his movies is at the time, and that's why they're not together in the first Batman movie.
Here's an idea. Okay, so you have Superman show up in the Hush trilogy that we are making up on the fly. And then you spin off into, after that confrontation with Superman, right? You spin off into an apocalypse war, like the animated series did, where the Justice League meets kind of on their way to apocalypse,
Yeah.
right? So after the Hush movie, like you start the apocalypse war movie, like 6 months after Hush, and Green Lantern is in Gotham fighting a what are those called? The bad guy, the troopers that
The
Doomsday uses.
parademons.
Parademons, right? Green Lantern's fighting a parademon, crashes into Gotham. Batman tries to arrest both of them or beat both of them up or whatever because he doesn't know who either one is, right? They about halfway through the fight, they figure out that they're on Green Lantern and Batman figure out they're on the same size. Finish taking out the parademon, and then you have like that classic. Have you ever seen the Apocalypse War
No, I haven't watched
animated series? It kind of starts this way.
Oh no, yeah, I have. Where Batman meets Green Lantern, and he takes
and
his
he
ring.
takes his ring.
I want to see that in real life.
And they're talking about like Green Lantern's like, yeah, there's all this. The ring has seen these things before. They're after something. I've got a lock on where it is, and they're walking to the mother box.
Yeah.
Right, and that's when Batman takes his ring.
Yep. He's like, "You can't fly." He's like, "In a jet." So you have no powers. He just looks back, and he's like, "How does this thing work?"
And they're talking about how, like, they get to the box, and the ring knows that it opens portals or whatever, instead of having it not know what it does.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh," and Batman's like, "Oh, so there's more of these on the way. I know somebody who can help." And Green Lantern's like, "So do I." And they both like turn their backs to each other to get a hold of the person they know. And Barry Allen and Clark Kent show up at the exact same time because they're both
Super fast, basically. Yeah, that'd be cool.
And you have like a breakdown of the race where they both get there at the same.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
All right, so DC executives, whenever you want to get a hold of us,
Just drop me
we
an
can
email.
fix your whole universe right now. Put me in a room with writers.
And it will
We've
make
got
money.
this.
We know you like money.
All right, so speaking of DC, Brainiac is a bad guy in a Superman movie.
That'd be cool.
That's
That would have to do. I feel like that would have to do with something with Kandor, the Bottled City. I feel like it'd have to do something with that.
okay.
I don't know if you know
fine.
anything about
yeah,
that.
Yeah, I know about Kandor. Yeah,
I feel like that could tie in because that'd be really cool. I think,
right.
and that could always that could be a good apocalypse war thing. Where if all hell does break loose, the bottled city, the people in it could be brought out as reinforcements.
Ah, good idea.
Yeah. Just to have that in the back.
I think they could do almost an Infamous type movie.
What do you mean?
You remember Infamous, the comic book series, the
never read
one the video games are based on,
What
about
video-
where
which-
Superman kills Joker because Joker killed
Oh,
Lois Lane.
Injustice, you mean?
Injustice.
Okay, I'm like, Infamous. No. Yeah.
It's been a long day, folks.
It has been.
Injustice
Yeah.
type movie. I think you could do an Injustice movie where it turns out Brainiac's been pulling the strings behind it the entire time, and they have to take him out. And I think you could do it by having it be an alternative reality like Injustice is,
Mm-hmm.
and not telling anybody it's an alternative dimension until like the end of the movie, and you could run it into Flashpoint.
Yeah, that'd be a later,
Reveal.
that'd be late stages kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I
But
don't
I
know.
think you could do it. Or Brainiac had some really good stuff from the Superman animated series that you could do.
Mhm.
He had a 2 or 3-parter in the final season, I think.
Mhm. I
Yeah.
don't know.
There's quite a bit with Brainiac that you could do.
I mean,
And I think that you could do the Kandor thing
I
to kind
think
of beat Brainiac.
I wouldn't say to beat Brainiac, but I think that would be one of Superman's reasons for fighting him, or just even a side thing that you could use as a later plot point.
Right.
Like I said, like tons of parademons and
Mm-hmm.
other things come from. Because I think if you wanted to put Brainiac in a Superman movie, he would align himself with Apocalypse, or not Apocalypse, but Darkseid at some point. I feel like that you could do, if you wanted to do this, it would be what I kind of thought Marvel was going to do, and that all the villains that were still alive would align with Thanos.
Mm.
And I think Brainiac still escapes, and then somebody from a Wonder Woman series would escape, someone from Flash would escape,
So you could do like a...
and they would align
Oh,
themselves
okay,
with.
so you kind of do a Justice League of what was it called in the Justice League movie from the 70s?
the Legion of Doom.
The Legion of Doom type
Yeah.
thing. But you have Victor Von Doom, like from the animated series, setting it up.
Victor Von Doom,
Yeah, I think that's his name.
like Doctor Doom
I-
from Marvel.
No. What's his name?
Lex Luthor set it up.
In the cartoon, yes,
Yeah.
but there's a movie, an animated movie.
I don't know.
And it's got the dude that lives forever.
Oh, the Immortal Man.
Yeah,
What's his name?
He's
I think he's just called the Immortal Man, isn't he?
no. This is somebody else. Not Doom Patrol. All I'm getting is Doom.
I just thought it could be kind of a Legion of Doom, I guess. I guess that's kind of what I'm going for,
Mm-hmm.
but more of kind of like how Apocalypse has his horsemen. This could be kind of
Mm-hmm.
them joining.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So this guy in the movie. Okay, so what's one of the most famous DC comics? Tower of Babel.
Tower of Babel, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Where Batman's
I was gonna say,
contingency plans get used against everybody, right?
yeah,
They take this and they put it in the movie, like it's part of the movie.
hmm
Gosh, I can't remember.
that'd be a good Justice League movie on its own.
I think it's Doom. I think it's called Justice League Doom.
Yeah, it's just that one's called Justice League Doom.
And the bad guy in the movie is
2012 film.
Yep. Where is he? Yep. Justice League Doom. Royal Flush King. Savage. Vandal Savage.
Yeah, he's the Immortal Man.
Jeez, oh Pete's. Oh, that took forever.
Vandal Savage. Yep.
It sure looks like Lobo in the right.
Yeah, he does.
But you could do that as a movie
hmm
leading up to it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
You know what I'm
That'd
saying?
be a good Justice League movie. Just having Tower of Babel.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah. Lobo needs a movie. Lobo needs a Deadpool style movie.
That'd
Just
be awesome.
out cruising around the galaxy,
Would he end up on
getting
Earth?
contracts. Oh, at the end, that's the after credit scenes. Is he comes to Earth, he gets one more contract, and he has to go to Earth to get the last Kryptonian, and then he has to fight Superman.
That'd be a good way to introduce
The cosmic
other
stuff.
other planets.
Yep.
Maybe have
Yep.
a different Green Lantern. You
Starfire,
see, in
different
it?
the different Green Lantern corps.
Have him fight Guy Gardner or something for
On
a
his-
hot minute.
Yeah, yeah, like on his way to Earth, and he just beats the crap out of him.
Yeah,
Yeah, because it's Lobo.
yeah, because he's not a main character, and,
And
he
then
can
you
take
get
him.
Superman in an R-rated movie.
Just make them all R-rated.
No,
I'm just kidding. No.
no, PG-13 gets the widest net.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but you could do Lobo as an R-rated movie.
Oh, you'd have to. You would have to. You'd have to do Lobo's R-rated movie.
Yeah, but you could do it, and you could set up the Superman fight,
Mm-hmm.
the famous one from the comics in animated shows. I mean, Superman fights Lobo in everything animated that he's ever done.
Yeah, because he doesn't have to
Mm.
hold back against him either.
But you could do it now. You could do
Mm-hmm.
a Lobo movie now. The CGI's there. The scripts are there. The stories are there.
Yep.
Do
It'd be a
'em.
mix of Deadpool and Guardians of the Galaxy. Basically.
How great would that be?
That'd be awesome.
It'd be freaking awesome.
He'd probably have to pick up a few Friends characters to
Oh.
round it out.
When we first introduce him, he's wearing his Red Lantern ring around his neck because he refuses to put it on because he doesn't need it. Like that kind of stuff. So you get all these little tidbits like, why is he wearing a glow? What is that glowing
There's
red
that little
thing?
ring thing around
Yeah,
his-
what is that glowing red thing on his neck? And then you set up the
Blackest
Darkest
Night.
Night or Blackest Night or the White Lantern or any of these other cool things because Blackest Night should get a movie.
Blackest Night is amazing. It'd be hard to do Blackest Night without all the backstory and other characters.
I think that you would need to do Blackest Night like
Blackest Night would have to be post
so-
multiverse.
where we're at in Marvel, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could have Apocalypse. So Apocalypse War is your first major phase,
Mm-hmm.
right? Where you have 23 movies leading up to Apocalypse War.
Yeah,
Right.
And they fight Darkseid.
You have a bunch of the characters die and stay dead at the end of Apocalypse War.
Mm-hmm.
So they can come back in
Oh,
the
for
next
Blackest Night.
series.
Yeah, that's what
for
I'm saying.
Blackest Night.
That'd be late game stuff. I was thinking that would be post alternate universe
Yeah, something like that. Something where you've had
because like
a bunch of people pass away that people have grown attached to.
Mm-hmm. You see them zombified fighting.
Right. Yeah, you have something like a Thanos snap type thing happen,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't get brought back. And that's how you differentiate from Marvel,
Mm-hmm.
is you don't bring them back right away.
You have real stakes.
Mhm.
That would be
and
amazing.
then they come back as zombies.
Who would you
Yeah.
kill? Who? Because it would not be as I don't know. Because one of my favorite things was watching Superman and Superboy fight classic Superman,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like, he's maybe not as strong as us, but he's still
Strong,
super powerful,
yeah.
and he's immortal effectively.
Yeah.
So he's not someone you can fuck with too easily.
Mhm. Yeah, but yeah, to get that kind of stuff in there.
Yeah. In Zoom, Reverse Flash,
Mm-hmm.
he could not be destroyed at all
Right.
because
Because he doesn't really exist.
he exists an all time and every time. So if you killed him, he just came right back. Even if you
Mhm.
used like the it's a multitude of lantern rings at once, you could
Right.
permanently destroy something.
Mm-hmm.
You can permanently destroy him because he exists all.
Could you use what's the ultimate weapon? The nullifier or whatever. No, that's
That's
Marvel.
Marvel, yeah.
There's one like that in DC.
Yeah, there probably is.
So anyway, that kind of stuff needs to come into the DC universe.
Yeah. Like Dr. Light could kill them because he uses light. Things like that.
Yeah, let's get a Dr. Light or what was the name of the series? Identity Crisis, was that it?
Infinite Crisis?
No. It's a smaller story. Identity Crisis is where we find out that Batman had his memories wiped like Dr. Light had. because Dr. Light had forced himself on what's his name's wife.
I don't know.
If you haven't read it, I have it, and you need to read it. It's amazing.
Okay.
But it brings up Elastic Man.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's Dark Knight Metal,
No,
because he's in that, and he's kind of like
it's Elastic Man's wife,
Okay.
and it's Identity Crisis.
Okay.
And it was kind of like it was written to be more like a manga or a book than a comic book.
Okay.
And it was written outside, like it's outside of the DC.
It's a standalone kind of thing. Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't, like, it follows continuity, but it's not part of the continuity. And
Just a one-off.
It's a one-off, but it's written like
It's written like it's in
like,
universe, but it's not.
It's like 12, 14 comics long. And it's fantastic.
Okay.
And we get a great, but that could be an Elastic Man movie. Like, that would be a great Elastic Man movie.
That'd be cool.
And Plastic Man. I want to see Plastic Man in a movie. Plastic Man is the strongest character in DC's pantheon of superheroes.
Yeah, he's basically invincible.
Yeah. Not basically. He is.
Yeah.
He can beat Superman.
Yeah. And he's goofy as shit.
And he's goofy as shit. And that's amazing. Plastic Man Lobos. Rated R's. Oh.
Two invincible people fighting.
No. I'm saying each of them need their own rated R type movie.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
You could even do Plastic Man as like a PG movie because he's super goofy and like from the 70s, 60s, 70s type stuff and have it be set in that time period.
I think it'd be like The Mask, like Jim
Yeah.
Carrey. It'd be funny like that.
Yeah. Yeah. We need an R-rated Mask movie. That's what we need. Because the Mask series is crazy.
Yeah, I've never read it, but I've heard it's pretty.
Oh, the
pretty
Joker
intense.
gets the mask at one point in time.
Yeah.
Because DC owns it. And the Joker kills the mask, or the mask kills the Joker at one point in time. Like it is, or no, I'm sorry, the Joker kills the mask. And it's
Just bananas.
the whole Mask series is bananas.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel stuff that we need. Silver Surfer, standalone Silver Surfer movie.
That'd be cool.
I am
Norrin
here
Rad.
for it. I think that a standalone Silver Surfer movie might be the first superhero movie to win an Oscar.
Yeah, it could have such emotional
Because
depth.
you could do his origin story.
Yeah.
Where he sacrifices himself to save his planet.
Yep. He'd have to say goodbye to his family.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it'd
And-
be terrible.
Oh, yeah. Is one man's life worth
Needs of
a
the many
billion?
outweighs the needs
Yeah.
of the few.
Yeah. You could do like Saving Private Ryan levels of them. Like,
Mm-hmm. It'd be
but
crazy.
nobody will ever do it.
No.
Never. But they should.
That'd reach more into the cosmic stuff.
Oh, I
and then
would
they could
love
pull
to see
Galactus
that.
from that.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what
Yeah. They could
we
that'd be
do. Silver Surfer setting up Galactus
Yeah.
for the Fantastic Four. Ugh. Yeah. And I want to see Parable, Silver Surfer Parable, come to the screen.
never read it.
It's only 2 comics long. Well, the way I read it, it was only 2 comics long.
Mm-hmm.
But Parable is Galactus is going to a planet to feed. Silver Surfer is coming as the Herald to warn everybody, right? 3/4 of the population think that Galactus is a god, and they start worshiping him and will not listen to Silver Surfer about leaving because it's their god coming. Yeah.
That'd be number 2. Be a good
And
second
it's-
movie.
And it dives into all kinds of, is it wrong to take people's religion away even if they are wrong?
Mhm.
Is it okay to be a religious figure even though you're not?
Mm-hmm.
All kinds of, if you're powerful, should people worship you?
Yeah.
Like all kinds of like it's very much, it could almost be a Superman story about
That sounds like a
Superman being worshipped as a god.
That sounds like a Storm series.
Hmm.
Because that's what she was, worshipped as a goddess.
Yeah, but this is a
That's
god.
a different level.
This
yeah.
is a god that's coming to eat you,
Yeah.
And I am trying to tell you that this thing is coming to eat you, and you think that it's rapture and that you're going to be saved. And I'm telling you that you're not.
You're not going to be on the planet anymore. That's close.
You know, and it's really, and it was written in like the late 80s, early 90s. So it's got some of the
Some
artwork's
edge to it.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Some of the things that happen in it are like, oh my gosh, this guy killed himself or whatever. And it's really cool. And then I want to see Silver Surfer Black brought to the movie. Silver Surfer Black is newer. Have you heard about Null? We've talked about Null a little bit.
Yeah.
Where he's the god king of
Yeah, the symbiotes.
the symbiotes.
Yeah.
Pull up Silver Surfer Black real quick, just so you can see the artwork.
Because I read the Venom when they introduced Null,
Mm-hmm.
and they kind of because I have all those issues. They kind of retcon a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I think that's what they could do with the Venom movies.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we could be looking at now. Go to the images.
Something like that.
Yeah,
So he's kind of got
look at that. Like the one. Go to the second one.
This one.
Yep, and then go down one too. Like look at some of that artwork.
It's
Fourth one on the top.
It's different. I'm not the biggest fan.
Some of
it.
that stuff could be in an art museum, and this is just some of it.
Mm-hmm.
And that stuff, oh, that'd be amazing to see on like moving and on screen. It would be our generation's version of Pink Floyd's The Wall.
So he's Silver Surfer with
Silver
a symbiote,
Surfer.
basically.
Hmm?
He's a Silver Surfer with a symbiote.
So what happens in the comic is the Silver Surfer just got done with a battle with like 4 or 5 other characters.
Mm-hmm.
I think Beta Ray Bill was one of them. And they're coming out of a black hole. And Silver Surfer senses something in the darkness. So he shoves the other characters away because it doesn't feel right. And Null gets a little bit of a symbiote on him, on Silver Surfer.
Okay.
So Silver Surfer is trying to get away from Null and get the symbiote off of him and warn the universe that this darkness is coming. And he runs into Ego. Like if you go to the 3rd row down, 2nd photo in, like that's on Ego because he runs into Ego on the way. And Galactus, because they came out of a black hole, the universe is younger. So Galactus is still in his ship. Like he's not an adult yet.
Okay.
Like check out Silver Surfer Black, type in Galactus at the end.
Ooh.
Yeah. See the 3rd one in the middle? Yep, that one. That's him like trying to communicate with Galactus.
Let's see. Well, when he's
Yeah, here, go back up a little. Right there. That's
him
Null.
fighting Null.
Yep, and see how his hand is black?
Yeah.
That's the symbiote getting on his hand.
Okay.
And it's crazy. And he has to work with Ego. And that's him dying at the end. He's trying to give his life force to get rid of the blackness because life and love and all of that stuff is the only thing that can really defeat darkness.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got, it's crazy. Read it. It's fantastic.
You would think with his cosmic abilities, he would just wipe it off him.
Null is a god.
Yeah, that's true, though. Yeah.
Null existed before the universe. Null could, according to some of the stuff I've read about Null, he could take down a Celestial, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
He could easily defeat Galactus. He could, like, the Living Tribunal would be nothing for Null to beat.
So he's just a primal
For
force.
Venom to beat Null, Venom had to combine Thor's hammer and Silver Surfer's board into a sword and take over the hive mind to be able to beat Null. And he didn't even defeat him. He just beat him back.
Yeah, it sounds about right. If he's that power skill,
because he's got the sword that
the Gorn used.
Gorn uses is Null's sword.
Yeah, the Necro Sword, I think it's
Right.
called.
Yep. The God Killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how he becomes the God Butcher.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think it could be
Yeah.
it could be the wall for our generation.
It'd be very.
Cover a
I'm not-
doses and go see Silver Surfer. Black.
I'm not the keenest on this artwork. It's not my favorite style, but
And that's fine.
yeah, I can see why
But-
people like it.
It is, at least to me, like that's my this is the stuff from comics I like.
Mhm.
Is the cosmic level trippy, like what are we even talking about? We're talking about
Crazy stuff. Yeah.
you're surfing on the edge of a black hole to get out of this dimension, to get away from this guy from the microverse or whatever. Like I love that stuff. That's why I'm excited to see Guardians of the Galaxy getting more stuff. I'm excited to see Adam Warlock being made.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want to get into like Marvel movies. Let's really lean into the cosmic stuff. Let's get a
They're gonna kind of have
Corps.
to.
Let's get a Nova Corps movie. Let's get let's see Rocket's origin. Let's see. I want to move. I want a real Celestials movie. Yeah,
I wonder if Eternals will lean into the Celestials.
I didn't think Eternals would ever get made.
Mm-hmm.
Ever.
It's been kind of pushed
But-
back a lot.
I think I know what's going, because you heard much about, well, where were the Eternals during Thanos?
Yeah.
Sprite is one of the Eternals, and he's kind of like Loki,
Mm-hmm.
where he's mischievous, and he's upset that he's trapped in a kid's body for eternity.
Yeah.
Which would be upsetting. In Neil Gaiman's run of the Eternals, Sprite had caused all the Eternals to forget who they were, including himself.
Okay.
And they kind of come back to the realization. So I think that they're going to take some of that, where Sprite made them forget who they were, so they didn't know that they could help against Thanos.
Yeah, maybe
Because
this.
Thanos is an Eternal.
Yeah, he just has a deviant gene that makes him look that way.
Yeah, a little bit. That's kind of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of more complicated at the same time, though, too.
Yeah, there was in what's one of the comics I was reading. One of them went over that about him and Lady Death.
Mhm.
Like he had the deviant gene, and he was a little bit of an outcast, and Lady Death kind of manipulated him from birth.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't think we're going to get into any of this.
No, that's already gone and passed.
But I think we're going to get part of the Neil Gaiman run. Because in the comics, on Earth, there is the sleeping Celestial.
Yeah, he's in the core and he's infected.
Yep. And Neil Gaiman's run is what brought that Celestial out of the core and onto the Earth.
Yeah.
So I think that's the type of story we're going to get, so that we can bring Celestials in.
Yeah. I'd like to see that Ghost Rider take over Celestial and use him like that. That'd be awesome.
I want to see a Secret War movie, like 1984's Secret War, where they get taken away to Battle World.
That'd be
all
sweet.
the good guys have to fight the bad guys, but we're never going to get it.
Nope. We are not.
I hope so. Oh.
Nope. That's probably not going to happen. Probably maybe an animated movie, but not a legit movie.
Like, what do we get? What Marvel thing do we not get?
As far as live action,
Yeah,
let's see.
because they're kind of
mean-
swinging for the fences with all of it. We're not going to get any of the goofy Thor.
No.
side characters.
Probably, I'd like to
Like, we're
see
not
Beta
gonna
Ray
get
Bill.
Jason Thunderclap or whatever his name was in the 90s when Thor took off.
I'd like to see Beta Ray Bill movie because I
Mm-hmm.
like Beta Ray Bill as a character. I think
Yep.
he's really cool.
We're not going to get a Legion movie, but we got a Legion TV show.
Yeah, they could
And
always pull
Legion
from
is
that.
amazing.
Oh yeah. He's a powerful character.
The FX show was amazing.
Yeah, I still haven't watched that. We've talked about that before.
You disappoint me much, Apprentice. I don't think there's so much that I don't think we're going to get.
Yeah,
Like, we're not going to get a Nova Corps movie.
Probably
but we
not.
should.
probably not.
We're not going to get.
It's a lot. Like all the movies that we would want, it's a lot to do because
Just to get it. Just to get to the point where you can tell the story. I
yeah,
get it.
and even just it's too much time, and people get old, and you can't put it in.
I think that's why they're doing the multiverse.
Yeah.
And I think that's smart for DC or for Marvel to do the multiverse as quick as possible.
Yeah.
Because now we can start pulling in, oh no, this is Peter Parker. He's just from Earth, da 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 da.
Mm-hmm.
And
Or
that's
you
how
could
we can
say-
replace characters without too much interference.
Yeah, or you could bring people in quicker because something big happens, and Doctor Strange is like, "I'll be right back. Hold on, I'm
Yep.
getting reinforcements. Oh,
Yep.
here's Miles Morales.
Mm-hmm.
Here's somebody else. I don't know.
And I think I heard that that's what the new Spider-Man No Way Home is going to be. Is that after Scarlet Witch, that's why Scarlet Witch's WandaVision had to come first, was getting rid of the Hex, messed up a lot of stuff, and shoved people into different dimensions. And that's kind of what Multiverse of Madness is trying to track down those characters and take them to the right dimensions.
That'd be cool. Yeah,
And I hope we get Living Tribunal and Multiverse of Madness.
at least a hint at him.
Yeah.
Maybe a
Yeah.
second.
Like the end.
Yeah,
Stinger.
end credit scene or something.
yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That'd
I
have
don't
to be. Maybe it's like Doctor Strange is gone for a minute, and then he comes back, and he's like, "All right, we're doing this. We have to do this right now." They're like, "Don't ask questions. We're doing it." And end credit scene is like him talking to Living Tribunal. He's like, "You got to
Yep.
fucking do this right now."
Yep. Yeah, what else do we not get?
It's
What
just
other live action movies do we not get that we deserve?
non-comic book stuff.
Anything.
Anything,
Anything at this point.
man.
Because we deserve like a Trigun live action movie. We've
That'd be
earned
crazy.
it. After this last year in quarantine and everything, we've earned a
Let's-
Trigun live
Let me just
action movie.
take a little look around
Yeah.
some stuff right now.
We've earned a good Power Rangers movie.
I've heard they're
it.
gonna reboot it. And Saban, I think, just got back
Yeah,
the
but
rights.
are they going to do any good with it?
Probably
Like the one in the 90s was all right.
Have
With
you
the
watched that lately?
It's probably better than the new one.
Not by a lot.
It doesn't have,
The CG does not hold up.
but that's fine.
But as far as storyline, it's still
It's a little bit better.
it's
And it introduced a new bad guy with the
Yeah.
ooze guy.
it's as
It took
good as
chances.
it's as good as you think it is compared to the TV show.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
a
goofy,
It's
it's
2
campy.
hours of the TV show. That's
Yeah.
what it is. That's what I
Basically.
expect from it. But the new one that they just did,
It's not great.
if you are going to swing like that, I am expecting at least Iron Man 3 level of movie. Although I did hear a really good argument for why Iron Man 3 is the worst Marvel movie. Even worse than Thor 2.
That's pretty
And
hard.
it kind of convinced me that Iron Man 3 is the worst Marvel movie. Like, you don't even need it.
I think we'll need another podcast for that alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. Let me just look at some of the stuff. around
A
here.
good Predator movie. Like a good
another-
Predator movie.
yeah.
I want to go to the Predator planet, not have any humans, any aliens in it, and just predators.
Have their backstory, or maybe how they work.
Like we're on the planet and they get attacked by something that's actually killing them, or I want time traveling predators where we go back to Native Americans and which they are working on one with
fight the Gromans.
Cherokee Indian that works with the Predators somehow. I don't know if it's going to be new, like today she's Cherokee and working with Predators, or if it's going to be when the Cherokee tribe was huge and a nation and that time period. I don't know which.
You wouldn't have to do time travel with it. You could
That's
just
the thing
say
is you could just
it's just
do
there
it. It's
because they've
just
been around that
time.
long.
Yes.
Yeah, you could do that very easily.
Yes. You could do them in every major conflict and every non-major conflict, and that would be fantastic.
Yeah,
Where you have cavemen taking out a predator.
that'd be hard.
And that's how we made it on the list. Was
Primal versions of us were still awesome.
We're able to take out a predator.
Yeah,
And that's how we got on the hunt list. Something like that.
it could be. There's a lot of source material to pull from too,
Mm-hmm.
as far as comics from Dark Horse and I think Image.
Oh,
Channel and
yeah.
all that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Who wants to see a good Spawn movie? I do.
I think the first Spawn movie had good heart.
Oh, yeah.
I want to say
Yeah.
it just the
Yeah.
CGI wasn't up to par.
Not just that, but the story wasn't that good.
Yeah, it
But
was.
you could do a lot. The HBO Spawn animated series
was good.
was fantastic.
Yeah.
And you could do that live now.
That'd be awesome.
So why not? Let's do a live one.
That would be great.
Right? Let's do
I'm trying to think of
do
stuff.
Saga.
I know,
a live saga. The comic I
Oh.
was telling you about where they're
of Spawn.
Saga is a comic book where they're kind of like mystical creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of them have horns, some of them have wings, and they're two sides of warring groups.
Okay.
So one group is fighting the other group, and two of them fall in love in prison, basically, because one's a guard and one's a captor, and they
Okay.
have a child together. And the child is like the thing that's going to stop the war type thing.
Kind of bridges the gap
Right.
between them. Okay, kind of a
But that could be a good Romeo and Juliet type movie.
yeah, it could yeah.
It could be. Sweet Tooth is getting a lot of play right now because they're getting an animated show.
Sweet Tooth, like from
Sweet
Twisted Metal.
No, Sweet Tooth. Look it up real quick. No, it's the guy with the deer antlers from DC, I think. Yeah, the drama series.
I don't know why that didn't.
Yeah, it's right there. Yeah, they're getting a live action.
Oh yeah. I saw the bit of this.
Yeah.
Okay.
How come that's getting a live action?
I
But
don't
we
know.
can't get Brainiac as a bad guy in a Superman movie. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
But this is Netflix. Netflix is trying to get its own comic book thing. They thought they had it with the Defenders and all
They
of
got
that
pulled away
stuff,
from
and
them.
that got pulled away from.
Now they're trying to make
I
original
don't know.
content.
Have you seen MODOK?
I saw the preview for
The
it.
one with Patton Oswalt?
Yeah, I called it Patton Oswalt. Remember when I said that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I called it.
Have you watched it yet?
The trailer, yeah. It's
No,
pretty
no.
funny.
The series, the
No.
whole series is out.
What's it on?
Hulu.
It's on Hulu? Oh, okay. I'll
Yeah.
check it out. I didn't know it was
Yeah.
out yet. It's funny. Is it bad?
It's not awful.
So it's not great.
It's not awful, but it's not fantastic either. Like they
Okay.
tried to make it like they're trying to make it like a Rick and Morty or a Polar Opposites or a Robot Chicken,
Oh, okay.
where it's like adult satire humor.
Gotcha.
And it's a first season, so I don't want to say they haven't gotten it. Like there's a lot going on,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know. I didn't like. I watched the first episode
Mm-hmm.
and was like, oh, okay, I see what they're doing. And then I watched highlights on YouTube and was like, yep, I was right. That's what they're doing.
That's bad. That's pretty bad.
And then the end of the series is like, really? You're doing that? You're selling your thing to this, to a superhero? Like, MODOK would never do that. MODOK needs to be in a Marvel movie. He is a legitimate bad guy.
I think it's just because of the way he
He
looks.
is not comic relief.
Yeah, it's just because the way he looks, he can't be taken seriously in a live action. I don't think.
You can.
Yeah.
You could easily make MODOK a horror villain.
Mm-hmm.
Easily. You could have him trap one of the heroes in a Saw-type chamber where he is just in the background the whole time, and you never get a good look at him until the end. And then Marvel could have a horror movie. Call
be
me,
cool.
Marvel.
That'd be
We'll
cool.
write movies together. It'll be fantastic. Blade's getting a reboot.
Yeah, I don't know. Wesley Snipes is the perfect Blade to me.
I know. I like the how it should have ended with Black Panther being the first African American superhero and Blade in the background. Like, what about me?
Well, yeah.
I mean, Blade is really the one who kicked off all this Marvel movie
Yeah,
stuff.
honestly, yeah. He was the
He was
first Marvel
the
movie, really.
first real, like, we're
R-rated,
going to take this
yeah.
seriously and we're going to do a movie.
other than because you had like the Punisher and the Nick Fury movie, which
Yeah,
were,
but those were all right around the same time.
yeah, they were goofy. They were kind of
Well, the first
Not
Punisher
great.
movie,
Dolph Lundgren, yeah.
not Dolph Lund, the reboot.
Thomas Jane,
Yeah.
that's great. I love that.
And that's
movie.
right around the same time as Blade.
Yeah.
But Blade came out first.
Yeah, and it had bullet time before the Matrix did by
Yeah.
a month.
Yep. Yep. Matrix 4.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know if I'm interested in
I
it.
don't know about that.
They could surprise me. They could totally suck me in.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that could happen. Because the first Matrix and the second Matrix were pretty damn good. The third one kind of got out in the weeds.
Yeah, the first Matrix I think is great. The second Matrix had good parts to it, like the chase scene, the
Yeah.
semis. I think that was great. It was a B
Yeah, the
plus.
Merovingian.
Yeah.
But
Third one is not good. I don't think.
I don't think they explained enough. Because we're
I think they
talking about
over-explained some
computers. They over-explain the wrong stuff.
Yeah.
Like, when they talk about the Oracle, nobody talks about how the Oracle is actually...
A program of the Matrix.
program
That doesn't
of the
make sense.
Matrix.
Yeah.
But it does make sense. Because what are you trying to do?
Oh yeah, you're trying to give
You're
humanity
trying
hope.
to keep humanity docile,
Yeah.
right? One of the ways that you keep humanity docile is prophecies, legends, myths, religions. So the Oracle is like a fail-safe for that kind of stuff.
I wouldn't say fail safe as much as a
I've been watching an explained series
yeah. I know.
on the
I
Matrix.
think I know what you're talking about.
And
What's his name?
I don't know. Anyway.
Matrix.
And
Matrix
it's made
Explored.
me
I think.
kind of like has made me rethink the Matrix a little bit, where like they're talking about like, no, this stuff is actually like, if you know what's going on, it's actually decent storytelling.
Oh yeah, I think it's Matrix Explored, right?
It's Matrix Explained.
Explain. That's what it is. I've watched a lot of that too.
Yeah,
That's what it
he's
is.
still putting out new videos.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
and it's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's entertaining at least.
Yeah. I've watched a lot of that. Like when I was off for a while, I was like just binging anything I could.
Do we get a live action Pokemon movie?
We kind of did with
Not
Detective
Detective Pikachu. I'm talking
There is
live action based on the games fighting animals Pokemon movie.
a fan made one that's pretty brutal,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like it has like an Aerodactyl crash into a building and like tear through.
That's what I'm talking, is something like that,
Yeah.
but live action.
It looks it's because they're making it little by little, and it looks like it could be R-rated.
I don't know if you could put a Pikachu and an Eevee on screen together and have them fighting each other like dog fighting and have that movie be successful.
I think you could actually. I think you could.
Not if they look realistic. Not if they look like real animals.
It would have to be really nerfed. You couldn't
Yeah,
have it like
you couldn't have
you
them
can see,
bleeding. You couldn't have them losing tooths or
yeah,
eyes
you
or
can see
anything like that.
Scyther like stab through Rattata.
Yeah,
like take
Yeah,
a bite out of him.
yeah. But
would have
that's
to
what it
be-
would really be. Like
Yeah.
if
Oh,
it was a
of
real
course. Of course.
thing, that's what it would be.
Yeah,
Like your animal wouldn't just get KO'd. Your animal's dead and you're
Yeah.
going to get it reincarnated. Maybe if you did it where they're digital, like they're not,
Yeah, it
where
would
they're
have
real,
to be.
but they're not real. Like they look real, but they're just a program.
Yeah, you just
and you point the Pokeball is just a little computer.
Yeah, it'd be kind of like how like Yu-Gi-Oh was, where they
But you
have
can scan-
holographic projectors that they carry around.
Kind of, and like when you're out in the world, these are real animals, but we're scanning digital copies. When you throw a Pokeball, it's scanning the animal. It's not catching the animal.
I think it would just be full digital.
I'm just saying, like, I think you could do it like that, but I don't think you could do a full-on Pokemon movie.
Probably not. No, it has to be animated. I don't think it can be
I think we need a real Dungeons and Dragons movie.
a good one, not
A good
Marlon
one.
Wayne's. That'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
And I think that the popularity of the tabletop gaming YouTube channels
Yeah,
could really help make a real.
you would have to have Joe
Live action
Manganiello
movie.
in there.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Everybody from Critical Role had to be.
He would
a little
have
bit.
to be playing his Dragonborn dark wizard guy that stole the hand of Venu or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That would at least that would have to be referenced.
yeah. But that's what I'm saying is you're kind of building that with those shows. So could you do a live action version?
Yeah, I think you could.
I think we should. I think that's something that should be live action.
I think
Dan Harmon kind of tried it with Harmon Quest. Have you ever seen it? Oh, look it up on YouTube. You are in for a treat, young man. Do you like Let's Roll and that kind of stuff?
I don't know what that is.
The
Something like
live
this?
act. Yeah. Hold on, just a sec. Do you watch any of the tabletop gaming?
No, not really.
You haven't? Okay.
I mean, I've watched like little bits and pieces, but I've never.
Oh, this
I'll watch this.
This
later.
might be your introduction to Rick and Morty. Okay, so Dan Harmon, right,
Yeah.
likes telling stories. Dungeons and Dragons has been his jam forever, right?
Yeah.
So we have these YouTube channels where they do the campaign, right? And Harmon Quest said, hey, let's do that, but with famous friends, and let's capture it on video and also animate sections of it,
That's cool.
right? So like Aubrey Plaza is in one of them. Gosh, there's so many famous people in it.
I'll start watching
And-
it. 241 of them. Jeez. So
There's not 241 of them. There's
Oh, this must be
only-
like a compilation. and
There is
clips, maybe.
only like 1 or 2 seasons of them, and there's only like 10 shows per season.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's just
Because
clipped up stuff.
it was picked up by like one of those real fledgling streaming services where they tried like V30 or something like that,
Okay.
and they're still kind of making them.
Mm-hmm.
And on his podcast, he still does a podcast where they do every show, they do part of the quest.
Okay.
And that's kind of where this came from, because one of the guys that's on that is in this also. And the Dungeon Master is from the podcast version of this, right?
Okay.
It's hilarious. It's great. You can see Harmon trying to like put major emotional beats in the story so that it's not just run over here and kill this, run over here and kill that. And you can see his friends like trying to undermine those beats.
As you would.
And it's hilarious. And the character or the guest, the famous guest that comes in is only there for one episode, and they're only there for the one round, so they have a character that's completely throwaway and dies and has like a killer death scene at the end of every episode.
That's funny.
And you think that that's what's going on the entire first season. Oh, okay, these people are going to come in, they're going to help the quest along, and then they're going to do something to save the questers or open a door or whatever, right? And one of them comes back in the second season as a ghost or whatever, because why not? It's
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Because that kind of thing can happen.
But I would love to see like a live action D&D, like the cartoon from the 80s. Do you remember that?
No, I've seen bits of it on YouTube, but I never watched
Dungeons and Dragons had a cartoon that was on for like 3 seasons in the 80s. But you could do that.
Yeah, you could.
Personally, I'd like an authentic Transformers movie. But, whatever.
That's not gonna happen now.
I don't know. Bumblebee got pretty close to
Did he? I never watched it.
the Bumblebee movie. Like, the Transformers at least looked and sounded like the Transformers should have.
Okay.
But I would like to see, like, I don't know why we can't do a Transformers movie that's set in the 80s with all of the Transformers looking like they're supposed to. I don't get it.
I don't know, because it's not big and explosive and a blockbuster per se. I would
Hasbro,
like,
call me. I will do your Visionaries, Transformers, G.I. Joe crossover movie better than Bay. I think. I can at least help write it.
yeah, Michael Bay.
Michael Bay is
Good for a summer blockbuster, not for serious
he has
adaptations.
Michael Bay has created an entire new genre of movie, and that's the summer blockbuster.
Yeah.
Before that, it was Spielberg. Michael Bay has taken Spielberg to 11.
Yeah, 100%.
So I can't fault him.
Mm-hmm.
He did something new. He's gotten lazy
Yes, he has.
over the past 8 to 10 years, where it's I'm doing the same movies, but different characters.
Mhm.
And it's getting a little worn out. But, I mean, you got to admit, Pain and Gain, for what it was.
Never watched it.
Oh, it's got, it's got The Rock in it, right? And then it's got, what's the guy that he likes to, Mark Wahlberg?
Mm-hmm.
But they're trainers at a gym who try to do a kidnapping heist type thing and get, oh my gosh, watch Pain and Gain. Because it's this little heist movie where that's what it should be, right? But it's Michael Bay directing it.
So it's crazy and off the wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like, you know what, you know how Michael Bay took buddy cop movies and turned them into Bad Boys?
Yeah.
That's kind of what this is.
Okay.
But it's kind of a comedy also. And it's a Michael Bay movie.
So it's
doesn't
explosions.
really do comedy. Except for 13-year-old boy toilet humor comedy. So it's kind of amazing.
Good cheap laugh. Yeah.
Oh, no. It's not just a cheap laugh. It is legitimately amazing what he does with this movie.
All right.
Because you're watching it and you're like, this should be on NBC on Sunday night, like the Sunday night movie, or like a gosh, what's the name? Reenactment, or like a Unsolved Mysteries reenactment, or something like
That's
that.
pretty bad.
And but it's not. It's a Michael
No.
Bay movie. It's
I've-
kind of crazy.
I vaguely remember hearing about it, but I never watched it.
Do yourself a favor. Have a Saturday
can
night
find it,
popcorn movie and do Pain and Gain.
Gotcha.
You can get it on YouTube for like $3.
I'll think about it.
All right. Anything else?
I want to see a Warhammer 40K movie.
Oh.
Astartes was a fan movie, and it was picked up
Oh yeah.
by Games Workshop, and they're making another one.
Oh yeah. That
But-
would be. Have you seen the new trailer for Warhammer?
Like the
Just dropped like this week.
like
I think it's an expansion for the game,
okay.
but it looks amazing.
For which game though? There's a
I
lot of
don't know.
games.
I don't know that much about Warhammer anymore.
Okay, because they have a lot of like Necromunda is a big game.
Yeah, it's
Hired
something
gun.
where I think they are like, because it looks like it's like a demon type breed that's coming into a game or something.
Okay.
Anyway, I'll try to get it and send it to you.
Okay.
But it looks amazing. It's
Warhammer, you could do
so many stories.
movies in just a hive city. The
Mhm.
Underhive is just cybernetically enhanced mutant people, gang banging. You could do the Space Marines. You can do the regular
yeah.
soldiers. You could do so much. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, Doom. I want to see a legitimate Doom movie.
A legit Doom movie.
A
Yeah.
legit Doom movie. I want
Doom?
Urban
Carl Urban.
Carl Urban is Doom Guy, so that he keeps his helmet on the whole movie.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like in Judge Dredd.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he'll do it for the role.
Yeah, he
no
would.
other character, no other actor, every other actor would be like, well, can we make this helmet see through?
Mm-hmm.
And Urban would just go, oh, okay. This is the guy. All right, let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
And just him running through hell, killing shit.
Yeah, that'd be
That's
great.
Like Hardcore Henry, but Doom Guy.
Mm-hmm. You know, Hardcore Henry is based off a music video.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, because that's how they did the music. They did the music video with
same
just
way.
GoPros.
Yeah. But yeah, that'd be a Doom movie. It'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be crazy. It'd have to be done. Like, Doom Annihilation isn't as bad as people make it out to be.
It's not, but
It's not great.
it's not great. Speaking
It's a
of,
good B movie. And I love B movies.
Speaking of, who doesn't love a good B movie?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of, we can't get comic book movies right or video game movies right because there was the Mortal Kombat one that we just went and saw, and it wasn't that great. I have a suggestion, or I have found a comic book adaptation that has done it right. Castlevania on Netflix.
Okay.
It is amazing. Absolutely amazing. And we can do comic book movies, right? Everybody seemed to like that Sonic movie.
You mean video game movies?
Video game movies, right? You're right. Yeah,
Yeah.
Everybody liked Sonic, the one that came out with Jim Carrey as Robotnik.
Yeah.
So,
We can do it. We just
yeah.
need to write it well.
The Castlevania Netflix series, there's only 4 seasons.
Is it live action or is it
No, it's
animated?
animated.
Okay.
But it is amazing, and it could become live action very easily.
Yeah. I like the Castlevania games. They're very Metroidvania. Metroidvania.
Yeah, that's where the Vania from
Yeah.
Metroidvania comes as Castlevania.
Yeah. Like I was playing one of my favorite new Metroid. It's not new, but new to me is Hollow Knight.
Oh, yeah.
I love that
Oh,
game.
that's amazing. We'll have to talk video games.
Have you played Hollow
on the
Knight?
yeah. We'll
Oh,
talk video
it's great.
games on the next episode.
The next podcast.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it for today.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, surprise.
Subscribe.
Like, comment, surprise. I don't think the dinosaurs did.
You would definitely surprise us if you subscribed.
Yes. Or hit us with a comment.
The offer's still on the table. I'll argue anybody in the comment section. If I'm wrong about any of this, let me know.
Oh, I can't wait for that. I'll see you guys later.
Someday it's going to happen.